Bratislava Castle is the heart of Slovak history. Its walls and past centuries carry stories connected with history. Bratislava Castle is the heart of Slovak history. I invite you for a walk through the castle. Bratislava Castle is the most visited historical monument in Slovakia. Located near the Danube River and St. Michael's Cathedral. Many tourists not only from abroad, but also from Slovakia do not miss this beauty. There are also those who haven't been to the castle yet, can't be, or have another reason. Many tourists not only from abroad, but also from Slovakia do not miss this beauty. That's why I invite you at least to present the exterior and interior of the castle to you in the form of a short document. We start in the courtyard near the statue of the archer, around which numerous tourists gather daily, either individually or in groups. After purchasing a ticket, you can enter the castle. Especially in the interior, you will find a lot of exhibits that are full of interest and deserve your attention. You can start in the basement, where the Celts from Bratislava exhibition is. You can start in the basement, where the Celts from Bratislava exhibition is. You can start in the basement, where the Celts from Bratislava exhibition is. It presents the Celtic theme according to the crafts of crocheting, metalworking, coinage. In addition to Celtic pottery, you will find Roman amphorae for wine and oil. The Celtic elite liked wine and had it imported. Common people consumed a variety of beer like fermented beverages. You will also see medieval masonry under which there is exposed architecture from the 1st century BC. The importance of Celtic finds in the territory of Bratislava really deserves attention. We have a lot to be proud of. On the first floor of the Bratislava Castle in the vestibule of the chapel of the Slovak National Museum, the historical museum presents the Baroque altarpiece of the main altar, from the Church of St. Elizabeth of Hungary in Dravki. We reach the first floor via a ceremonial staircase. It is one of the largest interior Baroque staircases in Central Europe. From the mid-16th century, Bratislava Castle also included a chapel, a holy place where masses were regularly celebrated. However, when the castle was assigned to the military administration in 1822, the chapel disappeared and it became accommodation for soldiers. After more than 200 years, the chapel returned to Bratislava Castle. In the year 2008, on the occasion of the Feast of Peter and Paul, the chapel was dedicated to the Seven Pains Virgin Mary, patroness of Slovakia. She was ordained by Archbishop Stanislav Zvolinsk. Visitors can get to the northern wing, where the representative halls of Fratrik Tefan, husband of Maria Theresia, are located. The premises consist of 3 rooms. The first served as a guard. In the second and third you will see portraits of Maria Theresia and Fratrik Tefan. The spaces are gilded with real gold, but the gilding works in such a way that they are such tenuline slices of gold, that even if we scraped off all the gold, we still have maybe 2 or 3 rings. On the second floor, there is an exhibition entitled To Glory and Praise, which presents Christian art. Christianity, one of the ideological sources of European culture, the core of which is teaching about salvation and understanding the world through faith in redemption and eternal life, has significantly contributed to the creation of Europe's value system over the centuries. It was created at a time when ancient deities stood on the highest social pedestal in old Rome. However, the ideas preached by Jesus Christ overshadowed them to such an extent that the year 0 began to be written, and the ancient world receded into the background. Thanks to the old codification, it transformed into the most widespread religious confession and, as an integral part of European culture, influenced artistic expression, music, architecture, literature, philosophy, ethics, and the like. The works with Christian motifs, which are presented at the exhibition, form a significant part of the fine art collection. They were works intended primarily for the temple, separated from the reality of everyday life. That is why we speak of sacred art. In terms of form and content, It is an art in which a certain canon and customary iconography were followed for centuries, changing only in connection with the questioning of ancient truths and tradition, only to be updated again in the name of maintaining the Catholic faith. You can continue with another room in which you will learn something about the castle and its history. The past of Bratislava Castle goes back to the late Stone Age. The number of materials from history will fascinate you. In addition to serving as the seat of the imperial residence, the castle also fulfilled important military functions. At that time, Bratislava Castle was one of the largest construction sites in the entire Kingdom of Hungary. The castle had the form of a residential tower. Something similar is created in several Slovak castles. Next to it was built another fortification tower, which we know today under the name Koruna. The crown tower, built in the 13th century, is the oldest architecture of the castle still standing today. In the 15th century, it was incorporated into the castle palace as the southwest corner. In the past, it was used to store the Hungarian crown jewels, which is why it got the name Koruna. Today, it houses a replica of the so-called St. Stephen's crown. The 47-meter-high crown tower provides museum visitors with panoramic views of up to 3 countries: Slovakia, Austria and Hungary. If we add to the tower the height of the castle hill, 85 meters above the level of the Danube, we find that we are high enough above the Danube and the city with a good view of the strategic area of the Bratislava Gate. The crown tower is the only tower of the castle, the others were built. Koruna in that period, maintenance and heating were already difficult. The spire is the only tower of the castle, the others were built. The Baroque garden on the northern terrace of Bratislava Castle is actually a newly built French garden, which is supposed to resemble the gardens of Vienna's Schnb or UNN in its style. The current castle garden was built in 2016, on the site of the original Baroque garden, from 1743, which disappeared during the 19th century. Every year during the cultural summer, various events are held in the castle courtyard. A big attraction are performances of Shakespeare's plays, with the attractive backdrop of the castle, organ concerts, but also the Days of the Old Masters, during which the courtyard turns into a lively craftsman's market. The remains of the castle fortifications, the former horse stable, which now houses a restaurant, bastions, bunkers and many impressive corners of Bratislava Castle definitely deserve your visit.